Okay, now since I know that you can only record for a certain amount of time, I'm going to try and condense things with my own thoughts and feelings about how time has gone by and no one has ever taken care of the matter of being targeted in large grand scale so that we can call the police on these people. What I have for my own personal dilemma that I've solved myself, and I've consoled myself, and now I console others, not only on YouTube, but on other type of freedom from harassments websites, is the fact that a great many women have been victimized. The public is victimized constantly over a new order of some sort of superior religion that has to have more acceptable, completely bland, just robotic people that are, and everybody else is completely tossed out of the way and unaccepted, and society just does that to people. But when they're actually harassed and trespassed upon in their own house, that is another matter. And that is exactly what you hear, people having victimizations from within their own house, and that has got to completely stop. And we know now that it is the last of the most desperate Flintstone doom of government and church combined in both the places of our White House right on down to church. And power used to be something, and it means absolutely nothing anymore. And the whole story where Eden itself has to go through its 80s, the Eden on this earth in the 80s was completely Irish, wars of Belfast, until they could finally victimize as many non-Irish women and get all their husbands out of their house and have their Irish brothers return home back to their Irish sisters. And now it's the Middle East, where all of the women going out with Middle Eastern men will be either, dead in a tunnel, or they'll be divorced, and then they'll be returning back to their sisters of the Middle East with a tie-in of gasoline that then goes all the way to George Bush's daughters, who will be the next blessed nativity when George Bush's daughters start having children, and will still be in a war, so that the gas crunch and all of our doom was just for George Bush's daughters, so he could have his Christmas show in Texas. And it's just a huge embarrassment to find out what exactly parenting means in this country, just to see one child more better off than everybody else, and what exactly our families all had to suffer through, and hold our nose to watchdogs making sure that the Irish got their foot in and a better placement, because they hurt so bad. And they never thought that usually, evolvement happens. They had to have things in a hurry, and all the warring over church, it wasn't worth it. The Protestants and the Catholics, they fought for nothing, and this fighting and warring stuff is just some sort of mentality people aren't able to remove out of their brains. So doing it every day becomes a habit, fighting with your neighbors. And now we just have to make laws that stop their synaptic brain from thinking of that as an option, and it has to be eliminated. We have to call the police on them tomorrow. And another cheap remark that I will say freely tonight, and because I have to put up with their cheap type of abuses, is the fact that I think that people that participate in ritual abuses are nothing but a bunch of chair whiffing, bike seat sniffing scumbags. And as far as the decades of being a ritually abused, targeted individual, because I smelled so good, is also combined with my spirituality that never feared for the winter of my family while I was being, suffering through my losses. And now that I get to see that the winters for other people, that all are within the range of my life and its pattern, and how they all had to be manipulated to be close to it. The time comes for their winter of their family, and I hope that they're not ready for it. So that is that, and we get to see the coming around of their spirituality that always victimized and gained our losses, and the time comes for them to have to accept it in their own house. And not only that, we'll also see it on paper with initiatives of violations of constitutional rights, federal fair housing violations, civil rights violations, the imposing of religion and hazing and ritual abuse will completely be intolerable, and we will be able to bring suit against these people tomorrow. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.